50 years ago today, it was a big day for Arlene and Clisby. And we're here this afternoon to celebrate that. And it was 50 years ago today.
Exactly, isn't that great?
May the 29th, 1988. Golly. Move that.
We're going back home.
We tried to call her. I was going to come down and pick you up.
I guess. How you doing? I don't think I'll get out.
Get out there, boy. We're going to have a party around here.
You want to go back?
Yeah. More pretty girls than I got for Wednesday.
Oh, no, he's calling. I'm calling him to get the
Well, you know help me
I
out.
don't know. I just rolled in.
Hello, Clisby.
I never seen
I
that.
ain't taking him up tune there. They playing you song.
Howdy.
How are you?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you want to play.
All right, how you doing?
What do you think?
Hello, how are you? We're so tickled you got to be here.
Yeah, you can't catch no fish.
Ah, you just never know how.
I wanted for her to fail before we put this.
Well, we get it right.
Oh,
Why?
surprise.
Yeah.
Ain't this fun?
Yeah, it's all fun. I can't understand it. Yeah. Well, I want you to love.
Well, this ain't
This is only the beginning.
Oh, but
Everything. Things right on.
you better get used to it.
I did not mind it. Once it was just turned it. I got there at all.
Hi, Arlene.
Hello.
God never She's one of them.
You feel as well as you did 50 years ago today?
Better. I told Cliff I better not.
Yeah. Go ahead. We've got to hear this.
Tell it, I ain't gonna do it. Tell it. Please. Oh, it's too good a one.
Arlene, tell it for me.
Well, better keep them goodness to yourself, Arlene.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, Trinity, we want it for the tape.
To yourself.
I should give you everything.
Let me out of here.
Yvonne.
Why? Don't do that, Grace.
Mom, I got your flowers, but it will not match your,
Well, everything got the wine in it.
yeah. Oh, that's it.
You feel old, don't you?
Why, it's clear. You can see 10-foot deep and the lake's falling again.
Man, ain't fishing a knife. He didn't.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to catch the fish.
Come on out, Eric.
Just wasting time. Wasting time for one stuff.
Yeah, they was really jumping down there yesterday morning.
Have you been in there before, Cliff?
We're going to, what, get?
Lord, no.
Have you been
That's
enough?
what they
I've
supposed
been a work it, boy.
to get.
Ah,
We got balls.
I set out 4 rows of back. It's pretty
Oh,
good,
my
ain't
God.
yeah.
Get out here.
it? Have enough planes?
Bart,
Yeah,
look
maybe
inside
I
of
will.
it. Bart, look inside of it. Bart, look inside of it.
I got both them hatches set that down there like that.
Wrapping in the garlic too.
Jerry. Jerry.
I just got about half enough plants on my bed.
Where'd Crowley go? There he is.
You're gonna have to get this horseshoe game back here. We're gonna have to send that to the ESPN. That'd be
I didn't have to maybe on that first
Hey,
day.
Crowley, later on when the sun goes down, can we go back there?
That is kept what?
Who's them pretty women that coming in there?
That's good.
Destin, Sadie, and what's other sisters?
They're all sisters, yeah.
Lucille, yeah.
Come in, little girls, come in.
Can we step over that? I don't know.
Go in, children, we'll be in on that side or somewhere.
Glad you all right. You all come in high. Heather, you want to fix the bar?
Well, they all favor them girls, don't they?
Yeah. All but Faith,
Yeah.
one that lives in Chicago. She's big.
I don't know her. I know her.
Say it again, Mom.
You did 50 years ago, didn't you? Arlene, what happened 50 years ago today?
Oh, I'm not thinking.
One of you women want to tell on her what
Yeah,
happened?
you tell something on me. Remember, Isaac was there, she can tell you all about it.
Who was your best man?
Waldo.
Waldo? Whitey?
Who married you?
Was there any witnesses?
No, we need no witness.
Is it legal?
No, it's not legal. We'll have to do it over again.
Who married you?
Everett Foster.
Brother Everett Foster.
Is he still around?
No,
Good. Daphne needs to get in here.
what?
Daphne, I heard a little story about you was born exactly 9 months after the wedding.
They got with it. They got. She was 2 weeks premature. Does that help anything? They got with it.
What do you think about that, Ron?
Go somewhere else, Gray.
All right, I'll go to Crowley.
Oh, yeah.
I just wished I could have been there. No, it would have been a right smart show, no doubt.
No doubt. No doubt. Who's behind you? Oh, look back here about the miss one.
It's your little granddaughter. One of those Buckeyes.
What are you sweating for, Jerry?
Talking about my mommy and daddy.
Go.
Right now.
State your name.
What went on when we got married?
Yeah. We want to know who married you.
Everett Foster.
Well, that's right. We'll get you 5 points for that.
And I walked her home.
Yeah. You didn't drive?
Walked over the hill.
Did you have no car?
Had no car, had an old corn-footed mule. He couldn't carry both of them. Now that is true. And
Where did you get married at?
got married in the front yard of an old log house right down here at Prairie. Top of the hill, yes, sir.
Well,
Sure did.
who's your best man?
Well, if I had any, I don't know.
Now, you're going to lose your points here.
Let's see, who was?
Now, Arlene remember who it was.
It might have been Delma Farmer.
It might have been, but I ain't what she
He
said.
lost 5 points there.
Yeah, you're going to wind up in the hole here.
Well, it could have been Ottis then, I guess.
No, it not according to Grant.
Waldo?
Yeah, there was.
Yes, Waldo.
Give him 1 point
Yeah,
back.
let me tell you something. That's been a long time ago.
We want to know how long was it that after you was married.
6 weeks.
Arlene talked like she was kind of premature. Did anything to do with that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you ought to know.
I ain't a thinking that. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Got back to about 2
About,
weeks early.
about 9 months, I guess. We went to business.
That's what she said. She said the exact same thing.
That's exactly
You got
right.
with it and hurry.
That's right.
After that long walk.
And did she tell you how much money it took for us to move out to housekeeping?
No, she didn't go through that.
Well, now, let her get on this. It took a $5 bill for us to set up housekeeping. Do
$5.
you believe it?
$5?
Do you believe it?
Well, it'd be kind of hard to do it now.
Well, okay.
$5.
$5 bill.
Where'd the $5 come from?
Bought us a cooking stove, and we
For $5?
got us some lard cans and old buckets, and we moved out.
Cliff,
Yeah, that's nice.
where'd the $5 come from?
I believe her daddy gave it to her. $5.
Didn't you have no money?
I didn't have a hot. All I had was a woman and no place to put her.
Didn't you have that little farm down the creek?
I didn't have that farm. We bought that.
Oh.
I mean, we married. I bought that later.
How much did it cost?
I bought 15 acres down there on the creek and give $400 for it.
Well, every house on it.
Yeah, house and barn.
Where'd you live when you
I was a wealthy man then. I reckon.
Where'd you live when you first got married?
We built us a little house down there.
Oh,
on
did you?
the ridge.
Build a new one?
I reckon.
Oh, you're getting up the up, wasn't you?
Oh, the one old tree and taking soldiers made a rough house. We lived right in there, boy.
How many rooms did you have?
2.
2?
2 big rooms.
What rooms was it? Bedroom and living room?
Kitchen, front room.
Big enough you had trouble catching her?
No, I didn't have no trouble. I didn't have to run her back them days. I'll tell you one thing. We worked like dogs all our lives. Never did have nothing.
You lived on the creek a long time before you moved up there.
Oh,
But you had a
yeah.
lot of love, didn't you, Cliff?
We sure did. If we hadn't, we wouldn't have.
Made it 50 years, wouldn't it?
Look coming across yonder. Yander's tooth you don't see every day.
Don't look like they've got too much farther to go, eh?
It's slipping up on. Jim told me here a while back, he said, Gradith said, I remember back then when I thought you was an old man. He said, here it is, I'm older than you are now. Kenneth, come on and join me, honey. It's slipping up on you, too.
Why you old devil?
It sure won't be long, I'll tell you that.
Oh, it moves up.
I come to see the oldest man on Parksridge.
You know what? They're just sitting here asking me questions. All about my marriage and what all it took to move out to housekeeping and all.
Darling, get out behind that post.
He's already got me, so it's coming up anyway. How's everybody?
Ken, you're looking good. You
I feel that way.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
I've been working all day.
Yeah, that's the one on.
Reckon you know how long I've been married today,
Well, we're
don't
saying
you?
50.
Nah, I've kissed her.
Maybe 100. Well, you know when you've been married that long, it's not going to matter how many you kiss.
What do you think of that,
You
Cleo?
can get by with anything you want to.
Ever want to kiss my lips get sweeter?
I wish I had come along before then.
You have.
Where's the other side?
Get over and let me get a picture of you, two
Come
of
on,
you.
darling.
Glad you would, honey.
Are you as happy now as you was 50 years ago?
I think we are, don't you?
It's better than it was when we first married.
There you go, I can say amen to that.
Yeah, but then you
This is going on the air.
well, I can't help it for that.
Yeah, we're gonna play this over WHAS.
Well, we don't
Sure
care.
not.
You know, I just wonder how many, after 50 years with one, if it was just, if they could would they remarry them again, or would they pick them another one?
Well, we've talked that, you know.
Well, what would you do? You better say I'd marry you.
Oh, yeah, I know. My Lord, damn there.
Oh, no.
Challenge.
I would.
We've had a rough road, but now we've made it. And
Come out looking good.
Yeah, oh,
Come out.
yeah. Yeah, thank God for
you
everything.
could talk, come out like smelling like a rose.
Lord, that
That's
preacher's
enough.
coming in here. Would you please?
I got to go back out. Yeah, I got to sing a song.
Well, I want to get that on tape.
Why?
Yeah.
You gonna sing a song?
Yeah, he said he would.
No song.
That was shade back there.
There's up two pretty women.
That's my sister.
I'll tell you what.
Oh.
What's your name?
Grew up too, I just better get up and put the food in.
She can't talk.
Well, look at her.
No,
you're brave.
I said, there were people coming out and they wouldn't let her die.
You get it right there.
How you gonna be shorter? Left-handed.
I'm getting out of the pit. Oh, please get me a flat.
I didn't touch him. I said I'm getting away from
Our
him.
camera.
Smile, you're on kitty camera. Howdy, howdy.
Yeah.
Say something.
You're on that one, ain't it?
Come on.
You're on it.
Are you asking?
All right, how are you?
Hello, Richard.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Get up there and turn over way, should they take it. He seems a little. Boy, you're getting old. 50 years, good married. You must be around 100 anyway.
All right, right man on the
Brand new girls on. All four of them.
There's that. Wow, what I bitch for you.
Is this your playhouse in here?
No. But we play here all the time. It's mine and Todd's and Mindy's. We play. Did you make your dresses? I made
Look in
this
here.
one, but this is one I bought. And I believe I
Oh, yes, get us all.
Am I missing something?
No.
Get the paper
That's
doll.
my birthday, my Gerber baby
Oops,
that Mom got me not too long ago. I still get dolls. Yeah.
Linda,
dolls.
whose babies are these?
These are mine and Judy's that we had when we were kids. Actually played with them. And Teresa will love this. This one was named after you. Because when I got this, you were just a baby. And this is Teresa Sue, and this is Kathy Vicky Jean. She was named after Kathy McKinley. Well, they were babies at the time. Come on, Gradith.
Hi there.
Oh, I'm doing.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you? How was your trip down under? Don't come too close. That's close enough. How was your trip down
Would
under?
you state your full name for the press?
My name, Jose Amanos.
This was taken out of lumber from the old schoolhouse. And it was, this honestly happened like this. It was just pouring down the snow on Christmas Eve. And Royce Roy came to this, yeah, that was one of the best Christmases I ever had.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gary could be in there.
you have one?
Hey, you know.
Oh, I figured there.
I said, she was the bigger ones could be.
So like even the whole year you supposed
You're going to kill it. Kill it. Kill it. I mean.
You know one of them, don't you, Grant?
Huh?
That Tina, that little Gary will get over there and leave here. There's my phone.
Sorry, I couldn't be there, love Marge. But
I was trying to fix this umbrella where
Well, there's a good shot, Gradith.
I got it. I got it.
yeah, that's not gonna work, is it? I thought it would shade it.
Me and the guy went.
but it was Amy too, and her mom come in. That's first time
Oh,
who's that?
Gradith. Bless you.
Now, who is this now?
Linda's daughter, Tracy.
Oh.
And Jordan.
Oh, hi, Linda.
And Crowley. Tell him who's down there. Who's down there playing horseshoes? Papa. And Jerry and Papa. Say bye. Yeah, look over here. How does a cow go? Moo. How's a horse go? Neigh. How about a pig? Neigh. Say bye. Bye.
Eddie.
Oh. That's a keeper. McKenna. I'm going range.
I'm spinning them too much. I used to have it to where I could, it'd be open to get down there.
Oh. Did I get it?
Well, you lucky thing.
Oh, I like to get them where they're hard to get.
Well, that'll be too easy.
I've got to take my boy out here and have a talk to him.
Oh, me. There it is. I knew it. There's your bank.
Oh, Lord have mercy. 18, 21 in the game, huh?
Nope.
Still room in there.
That's one of them. We just need two more.
There's still room in there. Well, I can get in there.
That'll be a right smart job now.
Well, if he didn't.
Oh, well, that's what makes it.
14 to 18.
Oh,
man.
man.
You're going to kill your bat.
Yeah, I going home with a broke leg.
I tried to get around there. Get out of there.
It reached?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a keeper. That's a keeper for sure. There's no way you can get that off.
house is this, Todd?
What?
Whose house is this?
Mine?
This.
Ahoo! Unpack. Mark, leave it. We'll wait. What? What? Ah! Yeah, shut it. You're not gonna get me on that camera.
Was it, Peter?
Come here.
Thing outside.
Yeah.
I had something here about 70 years old, and I didn't know it was. No, I had it.
Who'd you say these folks are now?
Arlene and Aunt Pearl and Dale. These two.
Hmm. Otis, you got anything to say to the press?
I don't think I have right now.
Okay. You've got no comment, huh?
No comment.
All right. What about you, brother?
No, nothing to say.
Well, we're trying to get everybody on film.
He's almost done said his.
Yeah, I done said that.
We done got Waldo.
Hey.
When I first come in.
There's one thing that happens when you're late, you get your picture took. Arriving. Mr. Cordell and Dean Coffee.
You got here in time, get your picture.
We doing all right? How you doing there, Cortez?
Pretty good.
Do you remember when Arlene and Clisby got married?
Yep.
You wasn't at the wedding though, was you?
I don't remember whether I was or not.
How long have you been married?
54 years. Be 55 Thursday of December to live.
Yeah, you got a celebration coming up soon too.
Yes.
Well, that's good. All right, thank you.
Discussed it, they didn't know whether to get the gray look good. And Linda said, actually, the gray looks good, but sad you feel. I said, well, Cliff likes it dark. But don't look black. I said, kind of like an Yeah.
They can't change their age.
Nobody never dreamed that I'm 70 years old.
Nobody ever dreamed you'd been married. We come out. Gordon says, you're going to keep your hair up a little. I wouldn't even get my hair just a little. I said, why? Is it showing up gray? He says, they don't. Oh. They don't look gray.
Have you seen Bible Act?
I never did put that
You just take and cut canned biscuits like a quarter and then wrap it around them. And then bake it until the biscuit gets there.
Anything to eat. That's good. Anything's good.
Smile, Luana.
Great.
Teresa.
Great, you know better to do us this way. You know, all women like to be on camera.
30 years from now, you'll say, gosh, I'm glad you took that
You better get a good one.
picture. What are y'all looking at?
Old pictures.
Old pictures.
You had another with a hat on, didn't you? Well, I thought I had a hat on, but I held mine. What's your name?
Oh.
And you got that?
No, I ain't got that.
think she looks more like Yvonne.
Where was you married at? I don't remember.
In front of all old Alta.
You went through a grapevine.
Yes, I like that.
Oh, we slipped off. We had our,
All time, you know. How's Otis doing? Amy?
Look at Jerry.
Well, you look good.
I've got one somewhere with a white hat.
Yeah, you got one right in. I believe I've got that if I can find it. Must have it in some
I'd like to see it.
bag. You know, a lot of time we have it.
Now that was made at,
Back there outdoor John. Did you see that?
Yeah, she's been running the yard sale since third.
That's been
Like everybody did.
24 year or two before he was on. Year and a half. You was right. We
well,
all.
no,
We'll put that correct too. Our Arlene, Arlene from
honey, that was when I used
I can't believe
that old daily stove at my house. You there in that middle room where the dining room is now?
Mama, come in.
I think we're just kidding. Oh, right here's a good Gradith. You got that?
Oh, yeah,
That looks like Bonnie and Clyde. They're wanted dead or alive or something.
Yeah, I got that one.
It's all these other
Mine are gonna get you.
Oh, what I think it is. But that ain't nothing. I'm gonna argue it now. I don't know who's the question.
Is that somebody I know?
Who's that?
Hi, Jordy. Here's Mama. Come here.
That's the hardest thing I ever done. Arlene?
Stay up here. Stay up. Everybody out. Want everybody out? Jordy, right around the house. Stay right there, somebody. Smile! Get it all graded.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Somebody is supposed to make a speech on an occasion like this, and I guess I probably got the biggest mouth.
Well,
But we're really honored today to be here to honor this young couple that's been married 50 years. In this day and age, that's an honor because a lot of people don't live that long. And I know all of us have been in their homes at one time or another, and I personally have really enjoyed a good meal there for one thing. And I've always enjoyed the hospitality and the warmth and the love that I felt when I've gone to their home. And I know they mean a lot to me, and they do to each one of you all. And we just want you all just to congratulate them and just enjoy the evening, just enjoy being with them. Barry, would you like to come up and say a prayer for us before we eat? This is our pastor, Barry McQuarrie, if any of you don't know him.
Let's just all bow our heads and pray. Our precious Holy Father, we come to you, dear Lord, at this time to only thank you for this day of life. Thank you, dear Father, for this occasion, this opportunity that we have to be here together. Lord, we pray your blessings upon these, dear God, that have congregated here. We pray, dear Father, you bless Clisby and Arlene, dear Father, and just touch their home, dear God, continually, dear Father, as you have in years past. And we pray, Father, that you bless this food, bless this time of fellowship. In Jesus' holy name we ask you. Amen.
Gradith, are we going to do
Do what?
are we going to eat first? We've got some little tidbits of information to tell you all about when they got married and how they started housekeeping. But I think we'll save that for later. We always save the best for last. So if everybody just wants to come through and get them a bite to eat, just enjoy yourselves. Y'all can come over there.
You know anything? Well, get up. I'm getting up. Go get you something. You want something? Yeah, come on and I'll get you something. Okay.
You did a good job. Glenn said you made a good spokesperson. You did real well, didn't you?
We still got more. Come on, Cal.
I'll be right there.
I know it does.
You always end up working.
What do you think of it, Fish?
Watch me go off this back. Hey, this is the best like the
Tina, you didn't have a bed leg.
Figured I'd spill it.
Do that again.
You killed that there,
You're taking some food home with you. I know what you're doing.
You just got a glimpse of what it does, didn't you?
Here. Go like a squirrel. Go like a squirrel. Will you go like a squirrel for Mommy? Mommy's over there. Tell your mommy how a squirrel goes. Mommy's right here. Ask him to do it. Travis, go like a squirrel. Go like a squirrel. Go on. Mama. That 30-foot.
Here's some more. They told me they said you have cake and ice cream. They never told me to try it.
I know you will. Start over down there.
Denise was the bar. They were
Dip Cleo in the puss. They're all I will. Oh. Hey, Mom, what are you going to get?
Here we go again.
Down here. Again. May have to turn it over and get me out. That's not until you get to old again.
Arlene,
Turn around now. There comes somebody in a. Who's that? Oh, is that Richard?
is this meal as good as the one you had on your wedding night?
It is, yeah. Every bit. Yeah. About the same.
Reckon they'll have so much fun tonight.
More
fun.
More. I doubt that, don't you?
You want anything else?
Don't you?
How old was she, Arlene?
18.
Who was that was talking to us?
Miss Lois?
Oh, dear, dear.
That was Diz.
You're showing every wrinkle I've got.
Didn't you eat anything?
No, you won't.
Hey, Gradith. Come on, here, I want to tell you something. No, don't take my picture. I want to tell you something. Well, don't.
Well, you can tell me with a picture,
No, I
Granny.
can't. Turn it. Turn it, don't.
Not till outside.
Oh, I am so full. I said I wasn't going to eat them.
That was delicious, Bonnie. Yeah. Did you? Never heard of it. Hey, I could knock his head off. I told him he's just trying to show an every wrinkle.
When y'all been married 75, we're really gonna have a blowout.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Here, get up here.
How much taller am I than him? Tell me out. I'm going to slip his shoes off.
You all just, Arlene, just get the knife and just act like you're going to cut it or just cut one piece.
He has to help me.
Yeah.
Well, how'd I do?
Just put it like that, just cut down on it.
Act like we are. No, don't go down.
2 inches of it.
We're not supposed to cut him.
Just
Right?
pretend.
Just pretend.
Go ahead and
That still don't get over too soon.
Just go ahead and do your thing. I shoot all day.
No cut to it.
That's enough.
Hand, it's got a bite.
I guess that's enough.
Yeah, that's,
Now, you all take these and just toast each other.
okay.
Go like this. Taking the drink.
How are we supposed to cross our arms, Amy?
Now, take your drink. To the next 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah! Arlene, you got a kiss her?
Yeah.
Now, that's all this I can take.
Clisby, was that kiss 50 years ago that short?
Well, there wasn't too much difference.
Arlene, you just sit right over here. We're going to have you open gifts. We'll bring them over here to you, where everybody can see.
I figured that'd be a lot taller.
You got to open gifts.
Oh, here we go. At least he's got back a little way. It's all right. I told him I would. Oh, no.
Well,
Cliff, which one of y'all's oldest?
Oh, what do you mean?
that's with the red jacket on.
That's the red jacket.
And the old man,
The youngest.
Oh, the baby and the oldest.
He's standing with
Come
the
on,
baby.
Bab, Nancy, and look at you here. He can stand there all day if
Let's
you let
go.
him.
Get that thing turned around this way.
Turn it that way.
Where the action is.
He likes me in the spotlight. He does.
I'm going to sit down here. And I'm going to read over.
He's eating his
Who was that?
I don't know who it's from.
I'm going to hit.
Did it have a
No, there's cards.
Oh, thank you, hon.
okay, this,
Oh, in there.
this is darn it, put in Lois's car. I'll move this out of the way for you.
Linda.
Here.
Yeah, that's nice. You opened
I didn't have
it.
no.
You didn't have a card on it?
Whose is this?
Oh.
Jingle bell, jingle bell.
Who's that from? Oh, thank you, Lois. Oh, how about that? Isn't that? Who got this? Oh, yeah.
What is there?
Who's it from?
I don't know.
Who got this?
There's cards for every one of them, Arlene.
Huh?
But there's
There's no card on it.
Here's a card. Who got this?
we don't.
Huh?
This is from Teresa and Craig.
We don't like that.
Oh, that's cute.
I think it's kind of cool. Come here, sweetie.
Here's something I believe it's got gold in it. It's there.
That goes on back on that.
Yeah, this one right here, Arlene. Kenneth and Darlene brought this package here.
Okay.
This right here.
And Arlene, is this, I don't know if this was attached to anything.
Yeah.
What was it attached to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, this is darn it Lois.
Darn it. Well, it was on that.
He says hot. Saying hot.
Is this yours, Lois? I'm a girl.
Well done, Isaac.
I can't get into it. I don't know what it is.
Oh. Oh.
Just what I want.
From Waldo and Isaac.
Who's that from?
You want to see it?
Let me see it.
Linda. Let's see.
We got one each.
Yeah.
We got one to eat out of.
Isaac said y'all have one
Who's that from?
This is from Jerry and Yvonne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got two. You'll have to save one for me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, this is from
Yeah, I think it was.
Got me pretty right here.
Oh, that's it.
I don't know where.
That's from Danny and Debbie. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Danny and Deb and Pete.
What is that, Clib? A television?
I don't know. Looks like a coffin.
It says Creek Myrtle.
I believe it's a coffin. If I sit here much longer, I'll be needing one.
Oh.
Dope.
You can knock him in the head.
Yeah.
Just reach over here and peck me a little bit.
That's from Danny and Debbie. Danny and Debbie and Pete.
I think you got that 50 years too late, Clisby.
Yeah, that's done. That's not done.
Arlene, you'd have had him straightened.
Come got him this morning.
Yeah. Guess that broke them going over.
Why did they go over this hill?
They bunched down there yesterday and roasted a 40-pound pig that sat down at the foot of the hill.
Lord, Lord.
Why? No, you needn't fill it up. You got the others full?
I got 2 more.
Well, that's good. No, I got up this morning 5:30. I went to pulling plants. We've got 11 big sacks full. I've got one more. I've got 14 rolls over there, and they ain't too long. I've got one more. I'm going to pull me one more sack, just to be sure. Well, I just turned it to 12 rolls, but I got out big enough for 14. I told you if I had enough plants, I'd just pull them up, set it, and I wouldn't have to maybe reset it.
Well, I find loose, man.
Lord, I hate.
Been all right the other night? Oh, yeah. I went right straight on in home. Watched the news and got to bed about 10:30. Oh, there. Got nice little bunch of fellas. I'll declare, I never was surprised at that. Had come. You'd have a dog fight over here and have a...
I didn't know who was in be there.
That biggest thing that I've seen. Boy, that Crowley got a beautiful city. Yeah.
Yeah, that old Crowley's all right.
He's doing pretty well. All the way around him, Mary. Owns that 3 acres. We should saw him up there a while ago. We just get distracted. And he was pushing over in that old house. He said, I'll be down there.
Give me a big smile there this morning. What are you doing anyway?
I'm filling up the barrels to get ready to set backwards. It's already full.
Rattling them pots and pans,
Cracking combs.
and it's a sounding good. I'm getting hungry already.
Well, you just have to have a ham sandwich, because that's all we got.
Ham sandwich.
Ham sandwich. I have worked myself to death for 2 or 3 days. And I'm done. I didn't even go out and go to back plants today.
Well,
I'm letting the old man take over. He's been married 50 years. If he can't handle it from here on, well, we're going to quit. I just dissolve partnerships, I guess.
all right. We'll see about that.
Well, he say about you, thank you.
We're not going to hurt anybody.
Don't it hurt?
Who caught that fish?
Clear.
Old Clish. How much did it weigh?
6 1/4, I believe. Converse, Louisiana. Phew. Wait till we get out of this. I can't move. Oh, I know how. Keep going. Smooth it on off.
Put a lot of hard work in them flowers.
You got pretty geraniums. I went down the other day. We had 2 of these big, long, concrete bucket boxes sitting on the front porch. 2 rounders like
That big bunch sitting in on that little table, glad at the back.
Yeah.
Brought them over. Yeah.
No, I brought them.
Oh, did you bring them?
She gifted me.
Oh, man.
Boy, they was working her to death. Them's birds, if they're getting anything out of them birds making some money. You're just not bird territory, boys. They're absolutely cleaning up.
What do you think about it?
I don't know, Grade, what to think about it. I know one thing. It's going to be a scorcher here, I reckon.
How hot's it going to get today?
92.
92.
92 today and 91 tomorrow. That I'd walk up this hill right here and go all across the ridge, over on the creek over here, and walk to the head of the creek, the Whitehead place, and pull a cross-cut saw all day for 75 cents. I said, me and Cordell, we'd go together. And I said, we done such a good job, we was cutting for Al and Steve. I said, we done him such a good job, he raised us a quarter on the day. I said, then I went to put money in the bank. I said, from that on, all the time, I said, I went to saving money. But I said, now I'll tell you one to beat that. Not just as good. I said, we lived down there, and Ottis lived out up on top of the hill, and he had a little radio he wanted to sell.
I believe this one around the back porch.
And I said, we didn't have nothing to fight with. And I said, I had a big calf, a veal calf. I said, I guess it weighed 250 pounds. And a big hog would weigh 2 or better. And I said, we decided we'd sell that calf and hog and buy that radio. Oh, we just carried away. I loaded my wagon, took the stock out to Rough Spring. And that big veal calf and that 200-pound hog just brought $18. And he asked $20 for his radio. But I said we didn't have enough money to get it. Now that's exactly the way that worked out. Why, you couldn't get nothing out of nothing back then, could you?
Well, tell about the old sow getting in and eating up all
Yeah,
the
now that was right pitiful sight.
Oh, I think we cried.
Yeah, I know you did.
Went to the Russell Springs and bought 100 little chickens. Rode them back on the horn of my saddle. Brought them home. Took them down there and wheeled out up there one day of work. Went back in one evening. That old sow was laying stretched out there just like a bed tick. She was a tiny tick. And she had eaten 99 little chickens. There was one got under the floor, and he made it. I told Arlene, I said, well, we'll get her back in the pen, the chicken house, and we'll never let her out. Just back there, kill her right there. And it was boxed up with pine planks. And them holes would come out of them planks, out of them pines too, you know. And I'd feed her corn in there, and the chickens would stick their heads through there, and she'd jerk their heads off. Like to never fatten that hog. She was chicken thirsty. Now that's just the way that worked out. Oh, we had a time. And then you and Mammy and all of them got sorry for us, didn't you?
Yeah.
She got an incubator here. It helped. How many did it hold?
Oh, we helped 250.
Well, she told us that she'd operate the incubator. We'd get the hay. And Ottis said, well, he said, I'll buy the coal oil and give you.
5 gallons.
To run it with. And she set that dude and hatched off a big bunch of chickens. And that was the best deal we ever made for that old sow eating. I come to find out we bought 100 roosters. I'd had 100 roosters and wouldn't been a pullet in the bun.
Well, Ottis' grandpa got some of them.
That's right.
I believe you all did,
Yeah, they got 100.
didn't you? Yeah, that's it. That's the way it was.
They had graded them out and took the pullets out and had the roosters for sale. We we bought the roosters in place of the pulleys.
That beat anything I ever seen back in the field. And we had chickens around the edge of the yard tied up in the old hens with little coops tied up. And they'd get to fluttering around and raising cane out there. And we'd go out there and copperheads would be a swallowing them little chickens. We killed several with chickens in a big old copperhead. And that's a laying right there in them business.
That was back in the good old days.
It was. Good days back there.
You and him was out grubbing, and Cliff picked a mess of poke greens. And you told him, you said, Cliff, now that's got to have grease in that or it'll kill you.
Yeah, folks said it was poison if you didn't put the grease to it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, it's good. I got out to pick me like the other day. We put some grease. Good.
Don't tell us another good one.
I don't know now.
Tell that one about the old mare.
Oh, yeah.
You remember me going down there and buying that old blind mare off of Jim Dunbar, don't you?
Yeah.
Went down there, didn't have an hour hoof or nothing. Went down there and thought she was pretty. She was blind as a buck. Wild cousin night. She was mean, she was aggravating. You'd go out in the field to catch her and she'd walk off from you. And we moved from over here back around over here on the street. And there was a big high gully down there. Well, it's higher than that porch there. Had them out there in the field. You could go out there and go to calling like that. And she'd start walking from you. And if you'd start calling fast, the faster you called, the faster she'd get. I went out one day to catch her and she started right towards that big gully. And I know she's going to hit. And I went, boy, she got in a big long trot. And that dude turned a complete somersault over in that big high gully. And I had to walk her at first and hit that trailer in her down to the creek to get her out there. Scared her to death. She was shaking all over. Happiest thing I ever did see.
What did she pay off?
You remember us going to Bugwood and buying a little mule colt?
Yes, sir. Swum the river, that dude, and it like to froze to death, didn't
He was looking for a match to a mule that he had. We went to Bugwood and found one over there, and he told the man that owned the mule colt, he says, if you'll put him across the river, I'll buy him. Well, he says that won't be no trouble at all to put him across. He got the old mare, got her right above the boat and took a paddle, and he paddled the boat across the river and led the old mare, and the colt run up and down the bank for a few minutes, and then lunged into it and swam across the river.
Well, we tied him to a tree then. They had to take the mare back across, and we had to come across. And he was a tying up jack over there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And we got on our mules. Ottis led and I rode behind. And we brought that dude over on Wolf Creek, up on Ono Ridge, over the hill down here at Grade Christmas, and up this college point right down here. Give $25 for him.
Yeah, $25.
Big mule, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Big old mule. Well,
them boys is used to the river over there. They'd swum them old. That old mare didn't care no more to swim that river than.
That was over in Punch and Camp Bottom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like a dream.
Yeah.
That's been a long time. Yeah. Worked down on the creek. I was down there one day. I lived down on the creek. I had a pair of little red sorrel mules. And I was down the creek a mowing. Hey, couldn't see nothing down there. And old mowing machine a rattling. I never thought about it coming up a cloud in there. And all at once I looked up and there it was. Big cloud right on me, and I stopped my mowing machine and that thunder and light. And I would stand, it was so close and bad, that I would stand between a lightning top and undo a chain on the mule, afraid it'd strike and kill me. And I undone them, led them down to the creek, and they were just as hot as they could be, just wringing with a sweat. I tied them dudes up to a little sycamore bush, and I took off. I run off from them up a piece and squatted down under some bushes. Never went through such a storm in all days of my life. And it just come up on me right at once.
What was that deal about them hog lights or whatever it was?
Oh, that and we lived up there on the creek. And me and old Glenn, we was just like tomboys, you know. You and I get you to Cincinnati. We killed hogs one day and left the lights and liver hanging across the joist in the woodshed where we cleaned them. Me and old Glenn was out there playing and Zip in the house of Arnie. I took and rolled my sleeve up my shoulder, and I stuck it up in them hog lights and liver, got it just as bloody as I could be, and old Glenn run along, and we started toward the house, and I let on like I was crying. Old Glenn ran alongside of me, holding my arm. Zilphy come running to the door. Got up, she just fainted. Well, there we was, blood all over me, and there fainted. Pa and Mammy had gone up to you right here, I guess, to take them mess of me or something. Or they tanned our leathers on when we got home.
What was about Zilphy? Fell on the phone.
Yeah, that was Ottis. He's over across the creek plowing. She walked in. Yes, he remembers. Yes, don't you?
I don't remember.
He was over there plowing one morning, and he stopped to let his mules rest. Zilphy just walked to the back door and hey, Ottis, come here as quick as you can get here. Mammy's fell in the fire and burned every hair off her head. God damn, he throwed them lines off his head, and here he come. And water's about knee deep. Landing down there. Man, he split that creek, and here he come, and Zilphy shot out the front door and went to the pond. Lord, he'd killed her if he'd caught her.
She just lied to me.
Yeah.
It scared him to death. Scared him to death. Yeah, Lord.
Yeah, what children to do, rubbed out.
Yeah, you boy.
Well, they didn't have anything else to do, no TV,
That's
radio,
right.
or nothing.
That's right. What was about the time you went up on the hill and cut that tree down right through the phone?
Yeah, I'll tell that. And that was the best. We lived down here on the creek. Come a big snow. I swear to God, it's snow knee deep. And we didn't have a dime worth of wood.
That's for you, man.
Yeah, and I told Pa, I said, well, I'll tell you what. I said, I'll go up on top of the hill up there, and I'll cut a tree down and trim it up. I said, this big snow, it'll run to the bottom. I never will forget that. I climbed that hill over yonder nearly to the top of it, and I found a big tall hickory. And I flew in, I chopped that dude down, trimmed it up right slick, and went right out to the top of it where it wasn't no bigger than my arm. And I got that dude jacked up on a little log and got him started. And Dad stand down there and barked off. I hollered. I said, here it comes. that dude went over that hill, it just dodged them trees, it'd hit a tree and it'd shoot it that way and hit one and shoot it back that way. Well, in a minute, I never heard such a lumber. And I hollered, I said, did it get down there? I reckon it tore the barn down. That dude running through the barn, tore the barn door down, and I'll bet you it hit stuck in the ground 3 foot right in the center of that barn hall. Tore that barn all to pieces. I never laughed so much in my life. But boy, we had the wood and had it in the barn. Never nothing to do to cut it up. And we were living down there, we bought them old mules off of Albert Leach. And one of them was stubborn as he could be. I was planning on pull the corn over there and trip it. And I get down, there's a little swamp down at the lower end of the field there. And he's stubborn and he'd get in there and start mowing down and he'd just lay down. So he laid down there one day, and I had a brand new set of plow on. And he just stretched out, laying there, resting, nice as ever you seen. I think, all right, old boy, I'll fix you right now. I took one of the lines, walked around, and tied his hind feet together. Took the other and tied his front feet together. He just laid there like a baby. I went down to the edge of the creek, and I cut me a big sycamore pole. And I come back up there and lit in on that dude with both hands. And he went to kicking and strumming with all his feet tied. And it broke my plow lines into little pieces about that long. And I got him whooped and got him up. We went to the house. I said, what in the world has happened? Brand new big cotton plow. I said, old Jim laid down there a while ago, and I tied his feet together, and I said, I beat him to death. I said, he broke. Well, he said, Clisby, I ought to whoop you. But from then on, when I'd get down there and that old dude would start mowing down, he'd squeal just like he was shot and head right back up the road. I broke him sucking eggs. That's all there was to it.
Didn't you not light his house from hay off the creek?
I'd say we did. We went down there, 2 fools light. Big hay frame, 4 big old mules. And we put a stack of hay on. You remember that?
Yeah.
And we started up this hill down here and got about halfway up to them big ledges and them mules stacked. When we hit a big ledge on the upper side and that wagon turned bottom side up and then went over that hill. And I swear we had to make 4 big loads from our house to get that out of there, didn't we?
Right.
I never seen nothing like that in my life.
It was boomed down. We had to boom down so tight it wouldn't fall off.
It just went
Yes,
plumb
it
over.
rolled over the hill.
Them wagon was laying flat, its back, the wheels turning over and hay down on the hill. I never in my life seen nothing come up to that long. And I had a little old rifle, a little old pistol or something. I'd been out hunting, had on his breeches. And I'd left a shell in the bottom in his pocket. And he had some tobacco crumbs, and y'all are smoking an old pipe. And I never will forget it. Of a morning, he'd get up real early, maybe walk down the creek, down that lane there, you know, go down. And he'd loaded his pipe. And he took that little rifle shell, and he crammed that dude down in there. Pumped the backer in on it. My God, he got about halfway to the creek. Boom! She went off. Blowed his pipe stem away. Pipe out of his mouth, stand up, stem, man. And he come back to the house. Buddy, he's about to kill me. And I said, well, where's your pipe? Where is my pipe? He said, it floated away. And he said, it's the ones that hadn't killed me. Young man, he said, don't want you no more rifle shells in my clothes. Oh, that was something. Now, me and Junior Poplar went a coon up one night. Went over at the back of Joe's, an old wooden boat sitting there, half rock, leaking. Well, we wanted to go around back of Ferd's place over there, huh? We got in that old boat, and he had two of the big dogs he ever seen. Bigger than this one of mine. And, well, we crossed the lake and was coming around over yonder right below Ferd's old house. And they treed up a big old poplar tree, lean poplar. Had a hole in the end of it out there. And less of the foley was sheriff's then. And we wanted that coon so bad that Junior said, I'm just going up here and bar axe off the left. He said, we'll cut that tree and get that thing. All right. So I sat down there with the dog and we took off. Reckon he come back with an old axe, wouldn't cut nothing. But we didn't have to cut much. That dude split and busted and it warped the ground and there was a coon in that and it added that dude. And then before the dogs ever found him, he was sitting over there just getting after it like a drunk man. Well, we got to it about the time the dogs did. And we captured him. We didn't bring him in alive. We didn't have nothing to put him in and nothing. But I had on 2 pair of breeches, big pair of coveralls on top of them. There wasn't no camp. And I cut the lag off of one of my breeches. We tied the end of it. And we put that coon down my breeches lag and packed them back to the boat in my breeches lag. And we started, got them in the boat and got the dogs in. And started paddling back across, and don't you know that son of a gun cut out of that? And he'd come out of there, and them damn dogs yoked up there in that boat. Set you fight, you never seen the like. They were turning the boat over nearly, and the coons falling, and us trying to get them off of it, like to drown it. That was the dangerous place that ever I seen in all my life. But they killed a coon. We got it away from him and finally got it on home. Junior took it over to his house, but he died. They hurt him too bad. That beat didn't hurt.
Well, I never heard that.
Oh, that was awful. Didn't have no more sense. We just laid that coon down there, and them dogs standing in there. By George, he cut a hole in that breast leg, and out he come, and when he done that, they straddled it. It shook it up, boy. Scared me to death.
You remember when we was down at Dad's one night, the old collie dog we thought was running a fox.
The fox come around the hill barking, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the old dog took after it and went around the hillside and run on to a big coon down there. And the old dog then, the coon got in the creek.
Yeah.
And the old dog would swim over to the coon, you know, and the coon would drown her.
Miner drowned that dog.
And she just kept barking and swimming around that coon, wouldn't leave it. And we decided we'd go down and see what she was barking at. Clisby pulled off his pants and shoes and waded out in the creek and caught that coon by the tail and pitched it out on the gravel bar so the old dog could kill it.
Boy, she laid
I never seen such a fight in my life, but that old dog finally killed that coon.
That's the one that coon that eat me up. I went in there, stripped, started naked, pulled that dude out of there and took him to the bank.
He caught the coon by the tail and just hold him up to let his front feet paddle in the water, you know. And the old coon was just about swum till he gave out.
You figured if I got a hold of my leg, I was drinking.
Yeah. And he throwed it out on the gravel bar, and that old dog yoked it, and she liked I never killed it. Yeah, Lord. Yeah, children. Has a time. The old days. Now that's right. Oh.
What about them boys making hurt mules?
Leave them down.
Well, I got that door. About them making his mules go on the slick rock.
That's Doc Bennett over there. Brian lived down there at the foot of the hill.
Yeah, Doc.
And we lived across the creek. Kurt and them had corn up about the fur from them. They'd come over the old Bennett hill, you know, and he was taking his corn up the creek. And the creek road went right up slick rock. You know how them was slick as glass. And we seen he went on and we seen Doc. He run up through the bottom. And I told Arlene, I said, he's going right now for his mule. And I'm going to catch him. And I right up there and I caught him. He was in front of the mules with a hole in one trying to push it over on some slicker rock. And whooping it over the head with a stick. And I got on that dude.
Oh yeah. Now this is the old road that leads back to the King Coffee place.
Yeah.
This used to be a hot travel trail, horseback riding trail, wagons, very few automobiles.
Used to be one of the main roads in it, eh?
Used to be traveling an awful lot.
Where'd this go, Clisby? Go over the Clisby Hill and on down into the Wolf Creek?
To the right down there, there was an old road went over in that holler across from the foot of the hill. There's an old Dutch road over through there. People used to travel back in the days, you know, when they pulled. Pretty good hill down there. Bad at all. Tom used to have sing beds, you know.
Yeah.
Had it covered.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
That whole hillside there was covered.
Well, I guess you traveled this road a many of a trip then.
Oh, Lord. I travel this road a lot, nearly every day the way it is. Boy, that old house is about gone, ain't it?
Yeah, that's the reason I'd like to get a picture of it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Jerry, just turned down toward the barn and...
Yeah, I'm going to take you all the way down to Otis's old home place.
Okay. Can we get down there?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
There's the old log barn, boy, she's about down there.
This is the old corn crib?
Yeah.
Well, now, this log barn here, was that actually the horse barn back in...
That was the only barn they had back in the old days. Held 2 cows and 2 mules.
Two cows and 2 mules.
That's all they had in there.
The old road turned right, right in here.
Yeah.
Went down them woods. Well, where'd that come out down in the bottom there?
Right across from the foot of the hill, at the end of that corner.
Foot of the Parksridge Hill.
Old road went to the right here. And Otis's old house, down.
Oh, that one's gone.
You can
Well,
see
you
it.
can still get a little shot at it and get over here.
Now, who lived in this house back here?
Otis and him and Gladden. That's where Gladden was barn right there. See it right in there laying down?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Boy, she is about gone.
Down. Don't get too much further. That's no well there, and that can fall in.
And this is the house. Is this probably where Ovis and Elby started housekeeping?
That's where they moved out at. They moved that house off Dick Branch.
Yeah.
Up here in the building.
Now right over from this house here, you start over the hill through the woods here, is Lake Cumberland.
Yeah, right.
Well, it looks like it's a busy street out here today.
Yeah, there was out here in the way. I guess we can turn around and
We can drive out there.
No, that'll make it soon. Now we get straight through there. Where you all
Ottis built, isn't it?
Yeah. Was you born here?
Yeah, no, I wasn't born here, but I lived here. This is where we lived before we came to move to Russell Springs.
Yeah.
What is that, Danny?
Yeah.
Old Johnny Farmer house location there.
Yeah, that's old Johnny house. Sheila lives there.
Didn't I land my airplane in this field one time here?
Took her right off.
Yep.
They got their old truck out, didn't they? I guess that's as far as it went. That's the old Pearl house.
Is this where Arlene was living?
Yeah, that's where Arlene born and raised right
Okay.
there.
Now this is the end of the road. From here on out, you drop over the hill into Lake Cumberland.
That is right. There used to be a little house set right here on the left.
I remember that. Who lived in that?
Way back before my time. They had it for a barn back here with that little.
Well, we got a pepper patch back here.
Yeah, damn. Where's the jumping off place?
We got to the end of the road, and as you can see down here, work your way over the hill is Lake Cumberland. Get sketches of it a little bit through the timber. There she is.
Well, they got that old lake.
One of the best fishing places in the world. Be a good place to have a picnic, wouldn't it?
It sure would. There's been a many as one had right here.
You ever do any courting out here under these trees?
Did I ever? No, but I saw plenty of it going on. We went a fishing one night and run over a boy and girl laying right there.
That's the old Joe Doctor place over there.
Yeah, it's old Joe place.
drive out here and shake Ovis and let him
We're going down the lane now to Otis and Elma's little Ponderosa back here. Cliff, who lived back here before they moved back here?
Will Dunbar.
Will Dunbar.
Otis's mother, Daddy.
That's your daughter.
Fixing scary girl. Fixing sticky beans.
Over here.
That's old Red.
Is any
Red. That ain't show his teeth, pal.
is any good for anything?
That never wore hair.
You see it, that's it right there. That's smart of a yard dog.
Trained to eat staples.
Do
You want me to make him show his teeth?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do there. Come on. Show his teeth. Show his teeth. Show his teeth.
There you go.
Come on. Show his teeth. Show his teeth, Red.
Jerry and I was just driving around over the old farm out here, and we're up here on top of the hill shooting a view of what we call Cracker's Neck. On the map, they call it McFarland. Off to the right over here, see if I can zoom in here. You can see the houseboat out there. To the right of that houseboat, right about in there, is the mouth to Caney Fork. See the old buzzard down there. Now, when I was a kid growing up here, that hill right there to the right, we call that the buzzard roost. Now see, they still got buzzards out here. Really a fantastic, beautiful view here. Jerry, you say you own this property right here now?
Where we're standing.
Yeah, where we're standing.
Yeah.
Got monstrous big shade trees here, right on the edge of Clisby's pasture field. And really pretty out here. Shoot back across here the top of Clisby's barn, Cordell's barn. Here's our chief transportation out here.
Old Blue.
Old Blue. That's not as even licensed, I don't guess, is it?
No.
They use this to go up and down the Bug Hill to their favorite fishing hole on Caney Fork. That lake's still pretty well crowded. You can hear those high-powered boats taking off. Of course, they flash a date on here again. This is May the 31st. Is day the 30th or 31st? I believe it's 30th. 1988. Now that gap in the pine trees over there is Ono. It's almost down to Prudy Hill. As a matter of fact, the right hand side of those pine trees, I at one time owned them. I had a big lot sale there. Me and Dad bought some lots there. Really beautiful up here. Those people are having a ball down there today. Got a few fishermen scattered around. There comes another water skier. Now he's turning and going to go up Caney Fork. Really a super view of the lake up here. In the middle of Clisby's hayfield, pasture field. Out here at this little tobacco patch. It's kind of a knob knoll there. And years ago as a kid, I can remember when that was first turned in the spring of the year, that we'd go out there and pick up all kinds of arrowheads as chipping ground for an Indian. And got a bug on me here. I'll get him off here in a minute. Now we're looking across at Uncle Cleb's house. The old road bed comes around the edge of those woods there. The old road bed came around, came back to the old King house. King Coffee. But what I wanted to get a picture of here, it made a turn there and went down to the edge of those woods. Right there is where a little 2-room house used to be, and that's where Clisby and Arlene first set out in their housekeeping experience. Now we're right on top of the hill above Cracker's Neck, and the place we just shot a moment ago right back here of the good lake view. It's kind of a high knob, and this is the old home place. Clisby's done got his tobacco set out here. Look like it's a living real good.
I'm coming down, but
now right there's 2 old-time farmers, Clisby and OG, out of talking about their farming. But the old home place here has still yet many, many vivid memories. This house here has been remodeled extensively, but it used to be a great big old, not really a 2-story house, but it's where my grandfather, General Rice Stephens, and my grandmother, Sophrony, lived whenever I was a kid. And right up above their house here is, we can't see the house now, is the house my dad built, and where I moved from when I moved to Russell Springs. I was about 7 years old. A lot of good memories here. And right now it's the home of Clisby and Arlene. Jerry, and I tell the difference in the man and the boy with the kind and the size of their toy.
what model is it?
They
54.
54.
It's a Ford on top and Chevrolet on the bottom. It's got a Chevrolet motor, transmission, rear end.
Come here and look over in there, all right? Chrome heads on that thing.
Well, I want you to.
It's got a 327 in it.
It's a good engine.
Yeah, Lord.
I bet that son is bet your fly.
He'll get on down the roadway.
And the inside of it looks like a brand new one.
Did you put them seats in that, Jared?
No, I redone some of it.
Just look on the inside of that. You talk about something pretty.
Jared, you need to wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover it up before I leave today. That's all right, I close that down.
You need to take it up there and wash it off.
Yeah. I'll just take it down up there in the house now, and I'll wash it.
So barn been here a long time, ain't it?
Yeah, it sure has. We built that dude from right there down. Me and Vernon Johnson built 20 foot onto this before he died way back then. Oh, we had us a time.
Is a part of it a part of the old original barn?
Yeah, a little 40 foot of it is. Ottis and Dad built it.
Yep.
Didn't have tuber sectors and things. Poled it well and poled it with poles to hang tobacco on. Boy, you're looking me right down the throat, ain't you? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, you surely have took up all that film.
We sitting there. We heard it.
Fishing time. I hear old Blue getting fired up. There comes old Blue. That's what Clisby drives over the hill down here when he goes fishing. Rough life. Can't walk to the fishing hole anymore. And they call that a what? A pogo ball.
I never saw one like
Phone dream. Get it, baby.
Yeah. Boy, I killed the old boy.
Huh.
He ate 2 big pieces of ham and I had to walk.
I think we sold that spot over here in the grader.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
That's pretty still that lake of any place
So
there
much,
is
huh?
on it.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Let him go.
I seen a man over there on things.
I went over that bluff because it was sitting there on again that little tree just on a balance, and they thought of getting her out of it if she didn't just stay in a certain position, that it would balance. It would either go backwards or forwards, one to the. But they got that old lady out and got a winch and tied to it and winched that thing back up on top of the hill. And it was just ready to go over that big bluff. If it hadn't been for that little tree, it'd have been goodbye kitty.
Well, God knows where to stop it then.
Right.
Well, what'd you say his name was?
Browder Carroll.
Browder Carroll.
Yeah.
Cliff always says Herman.
I thought Herman was driving. Browder boy.
No, Browder was driving himself. Herman was his boy.
I know Herman was his boy. Browder.
Browder.
Lucian, you remember Lucian going over on Panhandle and stealing that steel?
Oh, yeah.
Brought it home. They had a big pond out there in their barn lot. He had Browder to take that steel out there in the middle of that pond sink. That big copper steel. And that guy missed the steel and he come over there and told him, he said, I didn't come to see about it. He said, I come to get the steel.
Well, now you know who found it?
Who?
Me and Hubert Lynch. Ed Lynch's boy. We'd been working for Lucian in the garage there, and we had grease all over us, you know. And Lucian was fixing to leave, and we told him we was going to go to the pond and take a swim. Well, he says, boys, don't get in this end of it. He says, I put a barbed wire across there to keep the boys from seining my fish out. And he says, you run into that barbed wire and cut yourself. Now, don't get on this end. Just stay down on the lower end. He knowed that steel was in the other end, you know. Well, when we got in there, we got hunting for the barbed wire that was stretched across it. We couldn't find no barbed wire, and directly Hubert staggered over the steel. He said, by God, I found it. And we drug it out on the bank, and it was a solid copper steel, worms. Worm was in a great big burlap bag. Looked like as big as a bed tick. And Hubert tried to get me and him to steal it and make liquor out of it. And I didn't want no part of that, you know. So that was on Saturday. And on Monday morning, we went back to the garage to work like we'd been. We was happy to do something. And old Joe Doe McLennan and another guy pulled up down there and wanted to know if Lucian Lynch was there. He said, yeah, he's in the garage there. Tell him to come out here. So he come out and he says, by God, I know you got it, and we've come after it. We've not come to see about it. We've come after it. He says, where's that still? And Lucian says, I bought that off of a guy the other day and I was satisfied it was yours. And he says, we've got it hid. He says, we'll get it for you. And he hollered for Browder Carroll, lived over across the little creek out there. Browder, come over here a minute. And he come over there and he says, go drag that still out. He says, that's Joe Doe's still that we bought. And he says, I was satisfied it was his. Now, he throwed it in the back end of an old touring car with no top on it and throwed a big tarpaulin over it, and off they went.
Well, didn't you find a car one time?
Me and Hubert we played together there as boys, you know, all the time growing up. We was playing hide and seek in the barn loft out there, and this big shed was full of hay, and we jump out of the loft on down in that shed on that hay, you know. And Hubert jumped out, or me, one t'other, and something went thump. He says, there's something under this. We'll have to see. And we got us pitchfork and went to moving hay back, and we found a brand new car, brand new Ford, a blue one, that he had put in there. It had Ohio tags on it. Brand new. It didn't have very many miles on it. And Hubert says, by God, let's cover this up and never let nobody know. And Arliss Foley and Lucian Lynch took that car out and repainted it one night there and put different tags and everything on it. And he drove that car for years and years. Brand new one. But they changed the color from blue to black. They painted it black.
Stole that dude, didn't
they stole it somewhere. It come out of Ohio.
You think Red helped you?
Yeah. They'd go out of a night and they'd steal saddles, harness, anything that they could get, and bring them in and rework them, sell them. Are you just running my picture?
I don't know. I just turned it on and let it run.
Catch you wherever you can.
You feel like I got sitting on that park bench with them cameras on. You need to put you something over that little...
I went and answered it, and they never would holler. They just hung up. He says, you getting some of them crazy phone calls too? And I said, yeah, they wouldn't holler. Well, he says, I got one last night that capped anything off. I can't tell you these children. But he said that deed ain't his son of a bitch thing that ever I heard of in my life. He says that old gal asked me questions, things that I'd never thought of.
Oh, Boy, you must have some rough women. Well, but now you can trace that call if you want to.
Just look at you. What would you do if your husband was gone?
Well, honey, I've been calling everybody around.
Getting an unlisted number.
I would too.
It'll go away after a while.
Yeah. They see they ain't
fast. If I had anything to do with it, I'd get one out and smother it to death. Yeah.
Clisby, there's one story I wanted you to tell. It's about the old wild hog you got down on the creek bottom that time. Caught him in the...
Oh, that down here on the creek. Well, that's a hard story to tell, but it's a true story. Caleb Stephens went to the stockyard and he bought 4 or 5 hogs come out of Tennessee where there wasn't no stock law. And they was plumb fool. And he couldn't keep them open. Had a big old sow, I guess you'd have weighed 200 or 300 pounds, and just jumped the fence like a cow. And she went wild, nobody couldn't catch her or nothing, and he just put out the report that he'd give anybody half of her to catch it, you know. So I lived over on the creek, and I looked up on the hill one day up there in the cornfield, and I seen her slipping around the edge of the woods coming down into the cornfield. And I just kept my eye on her. She got down into the what?
I was talking to him, but I ain't talking to him.
And I took my dog, went up around the cornfield and slipped around the upper side of it. And I know just as sure as a dog ever seen, and I turned him loose that he'd catch her. I got around it, and she'd tie her stalk down and eat just a few bites, and she'd stand and listen. And while she'd tie her stalk down, making it rattle, getting the shuck off, I'd move a little, being the old dog. And buddy, I got up above her enough that I thought that dog could catch her. And I told him to go get it. Son, you never seen such a running in your life. It come down above the house, and it hit the creek and started up toward Dick Branch. And she caught that dude up the creek there, in the creek. She caught that hog in the creek. Well, I went up there, and that dog was just going around and around. Every time she'd start, he'd get up and start, he'd grab her and jerk her back around, you know. And Ransom Poplar lived across the creek, and he had a big old dog, and he'd come too, man. They'd go together, you know, and one get after him. And buddy, they was both out doing that old big sow. And I'm telling you, that thing had tushes that long. Well, sir, I grabbed me a big slate rock about like a plate. And they had her going around, and I just run in and slapped down at that dude, and right below the eye, I hit her edgeway with that rock. And son, I knocked her out. She just fell over there in that water and wilted. And I run in there and grabbed that dude by the hind leg and pulled her out to the edge of the bank. And by that time, Ransom had got up there. And I'm telling you, there was an old slat fence run out the side of the creek out there. And I told him to go out there and get me a piece of wire. And he run out there and brought me a great big piece of wire out there. And I tied her mouth together. I tied that thing's mouth together and told him to go back and get me another piece. Tied her feet together. Tied her hind feet and her front. She couldn't get up. And I sat right there and held her and told him to go to the house. He had a good slide and a little mule. I told him to go down there to the house and get his mule and slide and come up there and bring her, take her down to the house. Well, I didn't have no stable to hold her, and he had a good little stable over there boxed up. And I put her in one of his stables, but in the meantime, I put me a rope on her hind leg so I could catch her the next morning. And I cut sycamore poles, made me about a 6-foot square, just big enough for her to turn around in. Made me one of them solid in the barn, at the side of the barn. And I went over and I had to stick a pole with a nail in the end of it through a crack into the stable and drag that rope up to me where I could get a hold of it to keep her from eating me up. Now she was that bad.
Yeah, I took it down to get it.
I pulled her leg up to that crack and I told Ransom to hold her. I got me another piece of wire. Now I went in and tied her up again. Now I said, get the mule and slide. We'll take her to the barn. He got his little mule and slide out. We loaded her on it, took her over, and I kept her mouth tied and her feet tied till I got her in the pen. And then I undone her. Never did let her out. Boy, that dude would eat corn, his side on earth. She wouldn't eat a bite of a day. You could feed her in the morning, she wouldn't eat a bite till dark. But she got to taking on weight. And Alvin Stephens found out that I'd caught him. He come down there. Well, he said, I'll go up and buy Caleb part of that hog. And he said, we'll go down. We'll fatten him. He went up and told Caleb that I'd caught that hog. And Caleb said, I'm going down and get that hog. He hadn't told nobody he'd give him half of it to catch it. Now, I said, yes, he had too. I said, you tell him if he comes down there to get her, I'll turn her loose and let him catch her again. So, he never did come. And Alvin went back and told him, he said, Cliff said he'd turn her loose. You wouldn't even get her. He'd just turn her loose and let you catch her. He said, I'll buy you half. And he bought his half of it. And I'll bet you that we made a 400-pound hog out of that. Right there in a little pen, but she couldn't move. Or it's just hard for her to turn around in.
Yeah, but wasn't it tough?
Yeah, it's wild hog.
Wild hog.
What Cliff killed one over here?
Big deer out here in the horse. And we stepped out there.
What's wrong?
And we seen that old big hog. Crowley said, look again. Big rock was laying 10 feet. And it had started out in there. And it was standing low. And it just turned around. And there was an old hog road went up and went around the edge of the field. In the meantime, up down from the woods a little piece, that somebody had had a little field of corn there, 2 or 3 acres. And they'd picked it. She was heading there. He was there, going there to get him some corn. It went on around, and we looked down in that field and seen that dude down there. And Crowley and Jerry hid behind an old barn up there, about like that, and told me to go down and flush. And they'd kill it as it come out. I never will forget it. And I'd walk up pretty close to that hog and it'd stomp the ground and it'd walk at me. And I'd run back to the edge of the field. And I'd go back again, and it just chomped so hard and stand and look at me. And finally I got, I don't know. I was close near that cherry in it, I guess. And that dude was eating and he was standing and looked at me, and while it run me out of the field once, I had a high-powered shell. One was high-powered, and I changed shells down there. I think to myself, I'm going to keep that off. And I got back up there, and they were sitting up there watching me. He raised up and looked at me, and I sort of squatted down. And he had his head up looking at me, and I aimed at that thing right in the face. And boys, that high-powered shell and that old gun kicked me backwards. But I knocked that dude down. It fell on his front feet. And was just standing with his hind feet up with his tail just getting that, wasn't it, Jerry? Biggest thing you ever seen in your life. And here they come running down there.
Was it a rifle you shot it?
Shotgun.
Oh, shotgun.
And I'm telling you, boys, I've got it picture in there right now. It had tushes that long, didn't it, Jerry?
Yeah. Mr. Boar?
Yeah, big boar, big black one. And it was so old where these big tushes here had rubbed together. They just about rubbed them in two. just touch it.
Boy, that thing would eat you up.
We jerked that gentleman down there in the hedgerow, and the first thing we done, Jerry took it and he denutted it right there.
Just reach your hand
And
over in it.
we didn't want nobody to see us, and we just let him lay there till dark. It wasn't sundown, was it? And we just let him lay there in that frost for somebody to come along. The moon come out right bright. We went down there and we quartered that dude up to take him to the house. We had lights, and we skinned that dude.
I believe it right.
We brought that home, and I talked to Sylvia. I said, we salt the hams down. Well, she said they won't keep. She said the ham won't keep it's skinned. And sure enough, that's right. But we took the middlings out of it.
Shoulder.
No, the middlings, and put in a deer. We killed a deer over and mixed that with it, made hamburger meat, and made some fine hamburger. We lost most of it. I'm telling you, that's the biggest thing I ever killed in my life.
But it didn't taste like meat.
Darnest looking hog you ever looked at. You ever see the picture of that?
I don't reckon.
Oh, God.
Oh,
It's a sight to look at.